All right, here we go. So today's risk rating, still in the works, but I'm not clear on the price action. So as of right now, the net premiums are pretty clear, but I'm not clear on the price action. So yeah, max it would be 3R today, and maybe or maximum would be for now is 3R. But yeah, all right, we got a YM shifting lower, and Russell shifting lower barely. So I do expect them to keep heading lower, and then I would assume the same thing happens here on NASDAQ on ES, just based on the market structure shifts and the displacements. And then we got liquidity and smooth lows, so I think we do head lower, though we did have a reason for that bounce yesterday, or at least overnight. So yeah, looking for possibly a short so far. Um, that's completely disrespected now. We're trading into the 4-hour fair value gap. But yeah, the POI is at least these lows, so I'm going to mark that out. At least a POI there. And that goes for everyone. Yes, it's going to head down. I would suspect everything else is going to go lower. And yeah, if we're going to keep going down, maybe this is the draw here on the Dow here. Russell has, the SMT was made with YM, so like, you would expect Russell to deliver lower since it was weaker. And same thing here with ES, with the NASDAQ situation, since we had the S&T with that. So yeah, looking for a short here. That's kind of the idea so far. And on the 1 hour, we're just ranging. It looks like Russell has headed higher. We've made SMT here already above this high. So maybe that was the short already. Maybe not. We'll see. Into this low, we had some SMT for the bounce. Makes sense. Russell delivers higher here. We come back down and we deliver higher for an SMT right into the news, which is in 45 seconds. So we may have missed it. But yeah, we had a PM session SMT here with Russell. So the bounce makes sense. We're delivering on that long on Russell. Above relative equal highs. We have relative equal highs here on Russell too. So Russell could easily still head up there again. In which case, yeah, I mean, that would make sense for YM to come and sweep out this London high. We've got smooth highs above this high, so yeah. Was there any sort of, all right, here's the news. Was there any sort of divergence here with these guys? Well, let's look. We had this move up. We continue selling off. Very clear Russell move up. We take out PM session on NASDAQ. We take it out on ES. So there's nothing there. But we did not take out this high on either. So yeah, I mean, it seems like we could come up here, and this could be the POI here. So, but we did get it. We already did get, the short kind of setting up here already on Russell. And that might have been it right there. And then it's confirming again maybe here with the London London high. And then, okay, yeah, so this is, yeah, I don't know. It does seem like maybe I need to relook at these guys. Does something happen here? No. Well, ES did take out some key levels here. Yeah, ES did kind of deliver lower here. Took out an orange folder low. Luckily, it didn't really take out. Did it take out this low? Let's check that out. I'm gonna switch this chart to the 5 just so I can keep an eye on it while it's going on. Yeah, I'm open to that. This is already playing out a short because of this situation. And if it's gonna come back up here, I mean, it looks like it would probably just sweep both and invalidate the trade. So I think that was the short there. So I think I missed it, but it's all right. We've got a lot of catalysts today, so there might be more opportunities. You know what? Maybe there is an S&T with ES and NASDAQ. Is there? I would actually expect one because ES kind of delivered lower there. Yeah, actually, yeah. If we can come up and soup these equal highs on one of these, I would suspect NASDAQ to do the soup. Doesn't need to, but yeah. Maybe we actually already got it here. Yeah, we did get an S&T there. That delivered. We came back up, internal range, souped that. Alright, I don't know. Yeah. Alright, back to what we were doing. What were we doing here? Oh yeah, we were checking to see if this low took out a actual news low. How do I get on that? PMI. Did it take that? No. Oh, kinda. This was a news low, and then it came back up. Yeah, we kind of did SMT this. So there may actually be a long-looking situation here. Possible. Just a small one. For these equal highs. Okay. Now how about that? Well, we came up. We didn't confirm any type of short yet on NASDAQ. Yes, though. Although, the what? Yeah, I don't know. I would want to see, because ES delivered possibly to, at least an intermediate term level, I would want to see another SMT here to confirm the leg if we're going to go lower. Alright, but we're not looking at this, okay. Yeah, maybe we're going to get a long here, actually. if NASDAQ manipulates lower. And I'd be watching for these to take these highs out. I'm going to set an alert here. NASDAQ. Set an alert there. No key levels. Yeah, I'd have to go much lower. And there are smooth lows here. So yeah, I mean, these are smooth highs right at 8 o'clock. I think we're gonna head for those. And there was a London SMT there. Boom. So that's gonna deliver that. It's probably gonna take it out one more time into kill zone time. So I'm gonna set an alert here on Russell too, because I'm gonna like that short again. But I would like this to deliver not to a crazy target. Let's see. So yeah, we swept out these lows. That is like possible long opportunities setting up here. And we've got more smooth lows on Russell's too. So Russell could keep going lower. We had a little dig there, which might be enough. But I would probably think it'd want this order block. Let's see if there's like a fair value setup that I always take. Nope. Maybe on a 2-hour chart. I'm actually curious. 2-hour chart. Yeah. So it could, maybe that, this order block might be kind of a key level, possibly. Alright. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking Russell's going to take that out. These guys might already be ready to head down. Maybe I'm just overlooking the news here, because we did get the news release just now. And maybe that's all of the SMT we need. You know, we did take out the true day open here, whereas NASDAQ did not. So maybe that's the short using that. But I don't know. I don't like the high. I mean, we had SMT here right at 8, or right into the 8 o'clock, which is 15 minutes before the news. So yeah, maybe this is the move, at least internally lower, until we get maybe the London low. But yeah, we'll see. Russell's heading, Dow's heading up too. Okay. All right. So yeah, we got the equal highs. Looking for some manipulation above that, at least. You know, in this situation, it would be like, oh, higher time frame, because that's kind of what's in play. Oops, my mic. All right. So we got that. I think if we manipulate this high, I think this play may still be there. And I'd honestly think that it's going to take London out, because those highs are kind of smooth as well. Um, well, where would Russell want to go? Just that we get, well, we don't really need to know that. As long as it's taking out that high, I think that'd be good enough. Yeah, yeah, I don't want to overthink that. Yeah, I'm just saying that that's going to line up with the next entry short for if this is a short, and that's exactly what I would expect. I need Russell to manipulate higher, um, since it was the one to have the strength. So, and if it's gonna hit some trail stops, maybe it's gonna get above that wick there. And then I would want to enter, since there's not like a premium level, it's either above London for the entry, or it's this order block here. Maybe this 5-minute order block, which also lines up with the 4-hour CE. And yeah, I mean, that is the, at least on the 5-minute, which is like the cleanest level so far. Oops. Get me over there. I'd give it to the 15. It's about the same. Maybe you can be more conservative with it. And yeah, I mean, look at that. Totally respected it. Boom, wicked up into there. So to me, that might actually be, yeah, that's kind of what I want. So yeah, it doesn't even need to take out London, but I would think it would. I would think it would. And it may even take out this, I don't know, I feel like it would want to, yeah, I don't want to overthink that. And yeah, it may already be descending lower. This might have already been it. And these these highs here, I don't know, they're just smooth. Yeah, they're just smooth. They're smooth and they're, well, they are before 7 o'clock. I said 8 o'clock, but I was thinking my time. But yeah, anyways, I got that mixed up. And we got news right now, GDP. So here we go. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put some entries here above that high. Actually, not above the high. I'm just gonna use the order block. And that's gonna be about 15. So yeah, I don't want to put too many contracts on. 16 to 2, 50. Yeah.
Order working.
Oh man, it did it. It did exactly that on the. Dang it. Too slow.
Order working.
Yeah, the charts were kind of lagging. Dude, that's crazy. The I was too zoomed out there. But yeah, I totally hit my entry, which was the order block there. Well, Russell's got a nice strong liquidity. Higher time frame. Dang it, dude. Just gonna put that at the relative equal highs now, in case it does come back up. Damn it, dude. I was just, I just quickly put my order there. Honestly, that risk reward is not great. So, yeah. But yeah, what is the higher time frame draw here? Well, YM has the next 4 hour inefficiency. If Russell's gonna deliver this move, then it's probably going to go for those lows, you would think. But I don't like that there's not a clear situation here on I still don't like the ES NASDAQ situation. So it may be good enough. Oh, maybe YM just triggered it actually. Let's see. Well, yeah, they all. Oh yeah, you know what? They all took out uh PM, so yeah, that might be good enough. Yeah. So I'm risking 4 points times 5. It's 20 times 5 is 100.
Order
Getting
working.
a little bigger here now.
Order cancelled.
Yeah, there is SMT with the Dow there. Let's look at these index charts. Maybe I'm missing something there too. Oh yeah, and NASDAQ kind of took out that high too. Just look. These are relative equal highs, so I'm just gonna mark it. But yeah. So we're about 3 points, 3.5 points.
Order working. Order working.
Oh crap. Might have messed that up. Okay. Well, nice. I got a nice runner now. If we zoom out. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold that runner for the low there. That way. What time is it? Right at 8:30. Okay, cool. Perfect. Everything time-wise is working out. All right. So let me check my stream here because I don't even know what y'all are seeing. All right. You're seeing this chart. Yeah, so there we go. Got in short on Russell, chased it a little bit, but that's just because the risk reward is there. We got the clear soup there of the high. It's making it jagged, and I think everything's there for the short now. So yeah, hopefully that's it. Obvious low-hanging fruit target is just the lows, and I'd even exit if Nasdaq comes down and if Nasdaq comes down and takes out the low here again, which may happen. So actually, no, I would probably think. Let me see where I think sorry, not Nasdaq, the Dow. Let me get an alert here for the Dow for when it enters this inefficiency. That's actually when I'd want to start to exit. If this isn't already at my target, that's about where I'd want to start exiting. All right. Excuse me. Perfect, dude. All right, let me reframe everything back on Notion. So price action clarity. Now that I've already gone into a trade, but yeah, I mean it's pretty clear now to me. I think that the ES Nasdaq situation may still get a soup there, which I don't think that has an effect on this trade. So if anything, it may just manipulate again, and I just take a loss and I'll try the short on the Dow, or I'll try it on ES and Nasdaq. So other than that, maybe there's a long if we SMT the low, and then yeah, it's going to deliver up into that maybe again. So we'll see. So yeah, I got a +2. So yeah, I'm just gonna limit myself at a 3R day. So yeah, 3R max. 3R to 4R. No, my sleep was not that good, so. Huh. Yeah, that is so clean there on Russell. Risking 3 points. Oh, you know what? We can get in a little bit more.
Order working.
Perfect, dude. This doesn't work out, no problem. I'm actually gonna like this for a short if we get the SMT on Nasdaq ES. So. All right, so we've already had GDP, and now we're just waiting for the open as the next catalyst here. Russell created those relative equal highs right at the 4-hour CE, and then we wicked right through it, and now the body is kind of holding there. 1 hour candles are totally respecting that, so that's good. And hopefully we keep respecting it. And what we might be doing is just retracing that wick above the old highs to finally start delivering lower. Oh. I don't know what happened there with the live, but oh well. 266. I need to have my stops at 266. These prices are different. And now I have too much size on. Dang it. That's why I hate the micros. 266.6, dude. Oh my gosh. Alright. That's actually the wick high. It's 266.6, man. What the heck? Alright. See what. Yeah, what the heck, dude? Alright. Alright, now we're right back at the CE there. And now that's hopefully it. Hopefully that is where we reject. We will see. But yeah, man, that just completely got rid of all my extra size. Didn't even realize. I thought I was so close to that. Micros, man. Always so different. Man, that's a bummer. Good thing I caught that because that may have came up and got me with the spread. Alright, let's see here. Oh, now let's double check the low. 247.5. No. Nope. 247.3. Okay, now. Okay. So yeah, we've got the short happening here. This green thing is the order block. Which perfectly was the play there. And yeah, hopefully we can get down to the lows. We've got possibly the draw there on Dow, the draw on ES and NASDAQ. ES is probably going to hit that low there. And then yeah, that would probably line up with NASDAQ taking out this low here. So I'm just going to mark those out for now. Well, yeah, this is definitely the this is definitely the draw on liquidity for yes. So that's clear. But we may still get another short opportunity. Um, if there's a long, I don't really know how confident I'd be, but at least for now, we know that these Dow moves lower are offering internal range longs. So yeah, that's why I'd probably start to exit once we get into this. So this would be crazy if this runner gets hit, honestly. And yeah, Dow's drawn liquidity could literally be all the way down here. So just gotta keep that in mind too. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna shut up and let myself wait. Don't want to be taking any trades into this time zone right now. So if we get stopped out, no worries. All right, I'm gonna mute myself and start to do some other stuff real quick. Well, we're getting closer to the open. I'm really liking the way that it came and took out micros high, and then there was actually, let me go back to, if you look here, there was actually a gap down and then like a rebalance there. That's pretty clean to me, so I really like that it did that. So we're just gonna keep holding on to this, but we'll see what happens. I'm thinking in the realm of possibilities, these equal lows might actually be the target. We'll see, but just because look how high Russell would have to go to catch up. So yeah, just keeping in mind that once we come down here and one of these hits a draw on liquidity here, um, we're most likely might just be here. And at that point, I would just take mostly everything off. So, and then leave like that bigger runner there. So, just noting that. One thing I don't like is that we're still hanging out here. So maybe we're waiting for the open, but it's like this was like, real manipulation. And if you look at, Dow and stuff, it looks a lot cleaner because it is further away. But for it to just keep hanging out here and then yeah, put in that high, um, I mean that's not giving me confidence is all I'm saying. So Nasdaq did come down here and take out that low. So yeah, maybe this short is just not gonna play, and maybe that's the long right here now into these highs for us to get short on one of these guys. So which is okay, but obviously I've spent some risk on this already. So if it's gonna come up, I would expect. Honestly, it doesn't really matter which one, but it just seems like just based on distance, that ES would be the one to manipulate. So we'll see. And the open is in like 12 minutes, so. Wow, yeah, very interesting how the Dow is coming up here now. Is it triggering the short here for the other indices, or is it leading the way? So, but and this move makes sense to me both ways. So it's just that's why it's interesting because it's like, is it just taking out all of this stuff, kind of like how Russell came up and rebalanced the wick for the final smart money accumulation or something? I don't know. But I like that Russell's weak, but a lot of the times, if I'm wrong, this is what happens. Dow will come up and then it just keeps going up and then it still triggers the short in the Dow. So don't want to get. I'm just tape reading. Just tape reading, man. Just sharing my thoughts. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty typical. Wonder if it's just gonna come and soup out all this. If it does, I might actually go ahead and get in that and bail on this Russell if it comes up here. Just because the trade is really based on, yeah, a manipulation there. So, but maybe we'll get it. But yeah, the open is in a few minutes, so things should start speeding up here. So yeah, time to maybe get a little bit more zoomed out. Let's look at these higher time frame charts real quick. 4 hour, yeah, nice little divergence there. 1 hour, nice little relative equal highs on Dow. Wow.
Order working.
I can't remember how much risk that is. I'm gonna exit a bunch here on Russell once we get a little rejection here.
Order working. Order cancelled.
Let's do 5 because I know I have the 5.
Order filled. Order cancelled.
Crap, dude.
Order cancelled.
Perfect. Oh man, I don't like that. It just did that for my Russell. Yep. Shoot. Yeah, don't like that. Those are relative equal highs now. With the very delayed response there. Nah, ES is really coming down. Nasdaq's really coming down. What's going on? Oh, let's get the close up. Huh, that's confusing. I don't know what's going on here. It's not deciding what it wants to do here. It's got relative equal highs now on Russell. Maybe we're just gonna use that to come and take me out and then go. Dang. What was that? Yeah. Ain't looking good now.
Order
Order
cancelled.
canceled.
Alright. What? It didn't take nothing. Yeah. Cool. Well, now we're just in the correct trade. Took a small loss there. That's crazy. Like, the micros are just so different than the minis. It really bothers me. Because now it's holding that level. What a bummer. But it may just still take it. I think it's going to take it. And maybe we're going to get that manipulation. So we're down 1R. We got 2R left. I want to leave a nice R for post FOMC or, post AM session. We do got some bullish tide. Q's coming up as well, but SPY is opening up bearish, but just not a lot of, yeah, it's too early to really tell yet what's going on. If NASDAQ gets above there, I may try the ES short. Um, yeah, ES short just above the high, or just at that high for my stop. Yeah, that's why it's always tricky to short Russell, short the stronger divergence, or like the opposing divergence, because it could just manufacture liquidity again, take it out, and then still just be another entry on the other one. So it just, I guess you just gotta make a rule about that. Just never take those unless you're like using the super high invalidation, which would have been like, I don't know, I don't even know where that'd be. So maybe this PD array, I don't know. But yeah, if this triggers, I'll go small on it for the short. Now I'm kind of hoping that Russell takes the high, but oh, there is another little play out there. But all right, SPY flows clearly bearish now. Want to see the volume and the calls go away or something. It's not. It's not. It's it's clear, but it's not strong. So tide is actually bullish. Qs is kind of similar to SPY. Holdings a little bit bearish. All right, let's just make sure we got the right targets here. Yeah, just that 4-hour inefficiency. Whatever the low of that candle is my target. So the low here is 718. Yep. So we can move this 1 point lower. Bummer, dude, if I had just kept my stop. So maybe I don't need to create a rule. I just gotta actually keep my stop loss in place, knowing that we can continually take out the intermediate term, the internal range. But I don't know, maybe we're just gonna chop all morning. And now it feels like I went too small on this. Just eyeballing it. I mean, it's alright. It's kind of keeping in mind that I may still take another trade. So if this one stops out, it's like, okay, that still leaves me with one more opportunity on the day. So yeah, that's actually good. It's just because on my other days I should have sized smaller on the lower probability days. But yeah, if this is going to continue lower, where would my runners go? Probably down to the order block. 4 hour, yeah. The order block down here, which is enough to leave a runner for. So I'm gonna take 8 off. 8.
Order cancelled.
Oops.
Order working.
Do 8 there, and then down at 626 before 626.
Order working.
We'll do that. SPY looking bearish still, but the volume isn't really super strong. Same thing with Tide. Alright, yeah, maybe Russell's gonna go take that high out now for the final reason. Oh, I didn't even realize, but this is like kind of wedging out. Nice little wedge there. As for this, more of like a triangle. So if we give the measured move, it should be like that. This, the breakout of this would be, yeah, my second target there. Low hanging fruit here though. The holdings on Qs are pretty bearish. And then, yeah, interesting. Alright, we're actually getting there, so to frame risk, high is 19, so 5 points times 5. So yeah, we might be able to get in a few contracts here.
Order working.
There we go. That's somehow I just get terrible fills there, dude. Yeah, that's 6 points times 5 is $30 times 5. Yeah, little bit too much size, but um, it's alright. That means I'll still have one more small trade, and that'll be like the lower probability because that means I've been wrong all day. So I think it's okay. And I'm targeting the POI that I drew out here. Oh yeah, you guys can't see it. So yeah, S&T there, short there. Why I'm still working itself out. I'm thinking Russell's still gonna come take that out. So nice little sell-off there. We'll see if it continues. Ooh, nice. There we go. SPY flows are really bearish now. Volume really there. Call started to sell off in the tide. Qs similar. Q holdings were already bearish, but now they're even more bearish. IWM very bearish. Dow very bearish. Nice. That's now we got some flow support. We got a rejection of that sweep level on Qs. No more smooth highs anymore. And the only thing that may happen still is, yeah, that Russell move, which would make sense. Maybe we get an internal range little soup there. And yeah, continue lower, hopefully. Why are there so many weird executions there on? Let me make sure my orders are all correct. Working on MES and my MES and my perfect. Don't want to see M2K. All right, let's get the sell-off here. All right, I really like how weak this is. I'm gonna switch to 7 contracts here, just because I'm having a bit more confidence now.
Order cancelled. Order working.
I have 3 here.
Order cancelled. Order working.
Down at 2.6. Wow, why I'm bouncing right at the end of that fair value gap low. But I think we're good. Flows. Oh, I'd rather see Tide really start to get weak here, but at least we got the SPY and Qs. I'm just talking about the volume. The net premiums look great. It's just the volume. I really want to see the volume match the bearishness. But yeah, we got everything for ES and NASDAQ if that's going to play out. So that's why I'm a little bit more confident in my runner. But the odd thing is this going to deliver there before FOMC? Because that might mean either we're really going to continue really lower or we're going to like reverse super hard. Which makes sense though, because um, we are, targeting higher time frame. We are in like a higher time frame situation here relative to like this range. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's get weak here, man. Let's dump. Tide really following through now with the volume. Calls are really selling off. The zero out of the money. Out of money calls are negative now. Yes. No one's really taking a low, but that was the original trend there. All right. Well, we took out the low. I'm not willing to lose on this, but just shy of my draw. Just because that was an inefficiency. Let me check the Dow Jones. We barely took it out, but we are in a gap on the Dow. Let's check. Huh. Yeah, we are in a gap. Maybe I should have exited there. Let's see. Can't really tell on this chart. No. I mean, honestly, yeah, the target really is the order block there. And yeah, we're just in a big gap, but it didn't even fill it all the way, so I think we're good. Just gotta wait. And yeah, we've already bounced in the gap, so I think I'm still right to want to get to that fair value gap, since it's the next inefficiency there. And yeah, we still have this whole thing to play out as well, supporting that. Did flows really bounce there? No. They bounced a little bit, but now they've completely sold off. I think Russell just wants that high. And maybe that was the long for Russell actually there. Yeah, I should have played that actually. Didn't even think about it in time. Because every time we've had SMT, yeah, we've been playing out on the Russell. Dang, big bounce. We may be able to get in some more here. Russell still hasn't taken out the highs. It's very confusing in this chart. Here's the order block. Well, here's the order block. If I'm gonna size, if I'm gonna really still trade this, I should be using this high. So I'm spending, so far I'm spending $50 on this. So yeah, I could size this up if it gets above this wick maybe. Everything is still pretty bearish except Russell. Russell turned a little bullish, but it's almost like it's just agreeing with what I'm looking at still. Let me set an alert here on Russell. That way I'm not confused. It's manufacturing that high so far. That's what I'd say on Russell. And yeah, Dow could come up into this wick on the higher time frame. So SPY is still pretty bearish. Tide is kind of like oscillating. So I'm thinking there's still that sweep left on Russell. Actually, it already got the sweep of the high there, of the relevant high. So that might have been it for the reaccumulation entry. Interesting. I would have thought I would have taken that out, but I guess that works. That might be it. I'm still open to it, but that might be it. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like this order block, honestly. I just think that it's being really like these definitely want these lows like for a draw. So I kind of want to like align that with this idea. I'll just watch how it all comes down, and if this is breaking lows while we're still getting to this low, then yeah. But yeah, I might move these full 7 contracts all the way to 44.67, 44.67. Oh yeah, that's yeah, that gives me a lot more juice there. Oh, I am down 1 full R. Okay, I didn't realize that. The fees are just crazy. I need to message Tradeify and see if I can like pay just to get rid of the fees. Come on, ES, it's time to deliver. If you're gonna hit the low, you're gonna want that low. I'm going to mute this. I think I might start to overly control this trade, so I'm gonna mute and just kind of take a step back.
Order working. Order working. Order working. Order cancelled.
Order filled.
Stop filled.
Order
Order
canceled.
cancelled.
Order
Order
canceled.
cancelled.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Dang, well, I was wrong. Guess I should have been more conservative there, but honestly, I had conviction in this coming lower. I think the realest mistake I made was actually just not taking the Russell long because that would have actually um gotten everything to what? Did it ES not take the high? Did it kind of did. Okay. Yeah, I was just wrong about the whole idea. I mean, I was right about that initial short with Russell, but yeah, what I should have realized was in this move, we were manipulating these lows entirely, making this actually a long, or at least making it a possible long, and I should have exited mostly everything there and probably not sized up, and then it would have just been like a small green or break even day. So, dang. I was close though. Technically, this high never got taken, so maybe the short's still in play, but I don't think so. I think it's all gonna because of that. I mean, it looks like the long is playing. So we even had a divergence here too that held to kind of give conviction in the long too, since there's a move there. But yeah, kind of tricky trying to trade before FOMC. But yeah, I've hit my max loss on the day, so and then on top of that, my copy trade stopped working and I had to manually go in and close these, so I took a bigger loss, about 50 bucks, 60 bucks. And then now we have relative equal highs here. And the flows are bullish now. I mean, look at that. Right into that low, we started to pull away. So, dang it, dude. That sucks. Sleep really is the biggest thing, I think, still for me. But yeah, yeah, who's to say? I mean, this is still in play. So, and it worked last time. I was just thinking that, oh, the PM high would be it, but technically, normally I would risk that. I just got emotional, I think, and didn't want to lose and justified it. So, would I have confidence taking this right now, even if I had no losses? Maybe half size. So, don't have confidence in that anymore. If I was already in it, would I keep holding it? If I wasn't down, yeah, I would still hold it. But all right, dang, that's a bummer, man. Yeah. So I think I just need to be stricter with my target. Um, Part of it was just the risk reward. I was like, man, I just want to make more, and because of that, I kind of forced it. And it wasn't like illogical, but it was more so that I was basing it off my P&L versus like if I had gotten in huge somehow, had a really good stop somehow, and gone in bigger size, and I was up 900 bucks here, probably would have got out some there. Especially when you look at this and see that that is just such a small runner to like really hold its. So the EV wasn't there at all. If you thought in terms of EV, taking most 70-80% off here would have made a lot of sense. And then, yeah, taking the long would have been tough, but taking it here would have been pretty easy, like based on this. Because we already held that low, though they were equal. Did we take out a separate low? No. Yeah. Yeah, darn. All right. Well, I'm gonna end the stream there. Um, I need to obey my rule and not take any more trades and just have to deal with the pain of missing out. So yeah, the best trade I can make right now is staying out. So that's my next trade.